In today's society, if you're a fireman, if you're a police officer, if you're a principal, if you're a guidance counselor, those are bum jobs today.
That's wild.
It sounds crazy when you say it. You only make 150. Get your
75.
bum ass out of here. You make 90 grand. Get your bum ass out of here. These are jobs that held society up since society's been around. You're a principal. How much they make? 150? 130?
You still struggle.
Get your bum ass out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Think of like firemen, police officer.
Y'all got hella fires out here.
Bro, these are not quality jobs. These are careers. They're not quality careers no more based on the financial requirements being set forth by society.
Well, if I look at it from a teacher standpoint in the education in New Jersey, New Jersey was one of the most or highest paid states when it came to education. And I do know that there was different laws that were in place where the top wealthy areas had to have an equivalent to the same amount of resources as the bottom. So they started funding the bottom schools to bridge the gap, right? So the real issue is everything else. I don't really think it's the fact that it's the jobs. I think it's the fact of the cost of living. For example, I just seen an article that said in order to have a comfortable living in like the top states, New York, New Jersey, California, you have to make with a child, you have to make $300,000 of household income.
Cool. Stay there. Tell me how many states in the United States of America where the median household income is 300 grand.
That's what I'm saying.
Zero.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube.
This is a great topic, right? This is a great topic for the simple fact that a lot of people in the Black community are talking about how a lot of our parents, fathers, mainly your fathers, are just throwing their children straight into sports, right? Throwing their children straight into sports. No backup plan, no plan B. It's just strictly sports, right? So a lot of your people are saying, why is it that as soon as a little boy come out the womb, as soon as a little girl come out the womb, we enroll them into sports, mainly your boys. So why is it as soon as they come out the room, we putting a football in their hand or putting a basketball in their hand?
That's why so many children go into sports, the black boys. It ain't because they necessarily want to be an athlete. This is the only way I'm going to survive or get recognized here because I'm clearly not wanted because of the way I look.
And from the parents. A lot of times the sport thing drives the parent closer to you because it's like they're living through you in some weird way where they want you to play and you ain't saw your daddy. Your daddy don't clock in about nothing.
And I just spoke to a mother the other day who told me her son is only in sports and he's good, but he don't even like sports. This the other day. My son is only in sports, Dr. Umar, because his father only pays attention to him through sports. You see that? So the father only showing up if it's a football game, basketball. It's the only way he can get his father's attention. And so a lot of black boys are going into sports because their father likes sports.
This is something that most sports parents don't understand, and it leads to a lot of frustration and stress put upon the household financially and time-wise. What they don't understand is there is no singular path to athletic greatness. So stop making decisions off of what others are doing. Parents will see other families sending their kids to these fancy camps, spending thousands of dollars, so they'll do it. They see other families putting their kids in strength and conditioning camps and speed camps, so they'll do it. They'll see other families starting kids in travel ball at 7 years old, and they don't even want to play travel ball, but they think if they don't do it, the kids are going to be left behind, or what we like to call FOMO, fear of missing out. The fact of the matter is, guys, I know a guy that played in the NFL that never even played college football. He played college basketball, but that was his path. I know of guys that never even started playing their sport. I was one of them, didn't even start playing American football till 12 and ended up playing at the professional level. And then I know the vice versa. Tiger Woods parents, whatever you want to call them, that pretty much from the time their kid came out of the womb had the finest training, went to all the finest camps, had all the best equipment, and never even became stars at the high school level. They either burnt out before high school or just never had the ability to separate themselves at the high school level. So you have to make the decisions that is best for you, that you feel comfortable with. And when I mean you, your child, and your family. Don't play the game of trying to keep up with the Joneses and thinking, I have to do this exact thing or my kid won't be able to maximize their potential. Because at the end of the day, ultimately what's gonna make your kid be an excellent athlete is one, God-given talent or whoever you believe in, meaning that they have athletic potential that is superior than others. But that has to be mixed with work ethic. And you mix those two things, athletic ability and work ethic, and you might have something. If you're missing one of those, the likelihood of them maximizing their potential is very small. So just remember, run your race. Focus on your child and his or her unique journey. Don't worry about what others are doing. Make the decisions that are best for you and your family. Hope that helps. Follow for more.
I can tell you right now, one of the biggest reasons is because we are just athletically gifted. So why wouldn't you want to actually take that chance and say, hey, well, shoot, I'm about to go ahead and enroll my son into some sports and get him right so he could actually have a chance to make it to the league, because we do understand that the league gets y'all money. The league can change lives. Even if you're a third string player, the league can still change your life. A lot of people constantly keep saying that, hey, well, you know, the NBA and the NFL is slave auction. They don't look at you this way. They don't look at you that way. But yet they sitting over here willing to put 20 million in your hand. They sitting over here willing to put millions and millions and millions of dollars in your hand. Even for the worst player on the team, man, who still made the active roster, I believe like the average pay is like 300 to 500K. 300 to 500K. People, that's a lot of money, man. But yet we want to sit here and say, well, you know, hey, that's slave auction. Well, you know, that's slavery. Yet we are waking up at 6 o'clock every day. A lot of us are waking up at 6 o'clock every day, going to work until what? 6 o'clock, right? You're working damn near 12-hour days, having to play kiss ass, having to suck up to people, having to swallow your pride every single day, just so you can go ahead and get paid, what, $19 an hour, $20 an hour? And once again, you have to swallow your pride. My father got fired from his job before I was even born, because I guess as soon as he got in, I guess the owner's daughter was like, hey, well, you know, you left the door open. You know, you need to go, I guess, go close the freezer door. And my dad was like, hold on, I just got here. Like, you ain't about to accuse me of something I didn't do. She didn't care about that. She said, no, you need to go over there and go close that door. He didn't do it. He cussed her out. She ended up calling the owner. Called the father. The father said, yeah, bro, you got to get up out of there. Pride, right? That's slavery as well, because you're having to conform to somebody else's ideology. You have to conform to what somebody else wants. But of course, this is kind of going off a little bit. For the most part, what they talking about, the jobs that they pretty much describe, these are jobs that are very important that society needs. Like that would be your top 5 important jobs would be doctors, police, teachers, firefighters, and the medics, right? You got to have somebody to be able to treat somebody. You got to have somebody to cheat somebody. You got to have somebody to protect somebody. So overall, I don't think people are shunning these jobs, especially being a principal and a teacher. I don't think these people are shunning these jobs, but I think a lot of these, as Rico said, man, a lot of these jobs are just hard to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. And of course, it depends on where you are living at, right? And if you live in New York, living in California, these high places, these high price places, these places, man, that are highly populated, where tons and tons and tons of money is coming through. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of money to be able to survive. But overall, and being a teacher or being a firefighter is really not gonna help that. Now, granted, you do have those people still living. I mean, no matter where you go, there's gonna be a fire department. There's gonna be a school somewhere. So, you know, I get it. You know, a lot, you know, we having some teachers are saying, hey, well, I want to step down because number one, they're not paying enough, but also because the kids are terrible and it's all because of the parents. But overall, I see a lot of them flourishing. I see a lot of them flourishing in those places, man, that requires a lot of money, that requires that check to be nice and fat. And they also talk about the aspect of, you know, what women are wanting in society today. Because once again, a lot of your guys are not even shunning this. A lot of it would be a lot of your women that are shunning jobs, because at the end of the day, a man is going to have to work. A man is going to need a job, right? And when you're talking about some of these jobs, they pay enough. Like if you ask me, once again, the average income for a man is 60K. 50 to 60K. And for a lot of women, that ain't good enough. So if you have some men out here who are saying, man, I need some money fast, I need to make money, you know, extra fast, and their main priority is a woman, attracting a woman, then yes, a lot of these jobs would be insignificant. But your women who have high standards today, if 60K ain't gonna be good, if 60K is not good enough, then being a teacher ain't be good enough. If 60K ain't good enough, then being a firefighter is not gonna be good enough. Being a principal ain't gonna be good enough. And that I think that's one of the biggest points that you're trying to hit on, is that a lot of these jobs that we need today, right? Because like I said, you can hit it from two angles. You can hit it from women not wanting men who make 60K a year, and people not making enough money to be able to survive off of 60K a year because of the economy. But of course, as time goes on, a lot of these women who do have these high standards, who do look down on people who are principals, who work in the police department, fire department, you know, a lot of them are, time is going to humble them. Time is going to humble them. They will be okay with a guy being a teacher. They'll be okay with, and once again, and that's another thing that a lot of these women don't understand. If he's making 60K a year, 70K a year, you bring your income in, once again, you're going to be over 100K. You're going to be at 90K a year. But your women do not have this mindset. Your women have a, well, you know, I'm all about being a short-term thinker. So, hey, guess what? I want my shit now. I want a good man at now. And that's how you essentially mess up the game, you know. But, you know, like I said, you know, he's hitting it from a few angles where he's just saying that, number one, it's harder. You're not going to be able to be comfortable with the amount of money that they're trying to give people in these professions. But also you have women who are looking down on these jobs, because once again, only women are going to be the ones that look down on things, man, that can help make your life a little bit better, that can help you with comfortability. But listen, that is my opinion. So I want y'all to let me know down below, what do y'all think? Why are people knocking down some of the most important jobs that we need to have for a society to thrive?